What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we've got a lot to go over and cover in college football 25 Ultimate Team. Talking about tomorrow, talking about this upcoming week, talking about heading into next season 4. What to know, what to just kind of plan on as far as this game is concerned. Now, as we do dive into this thing a little bit further, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. Really do appreciate all of the recent support on the channel. And hopefully this video can help you guys out heading into the start of a new season. Again, that's my goal, is to hopefully help you guys out. And if I do, please smash that subscribe button, hit the noti bell. So this is our upcoming content week schedule. Nothing here really that is crazy. Obviously, we saw Nightmares today. Season 4, it looks like maybe, is that coming tomorrow? It's kind of what it looks like. And honestly, trust me, throughout this video, we'll see a lot of different content, and I'll talk about a lot of the different content as well in this video. But again, that's kind of what to briefly note as we do dive into this thing today. Now, let's start with the cards that are coming to the game tomorrow. Tomorrow, we do see stories of the week. Bull Blitz, starting with Tyler Huff, quarterback from Jacksonville State here. And if this does get a little laggy, I apologize. Probably because the stream was like an hour-long stream. But Tyler Huff, 86 speed, decent accuracy across the board. I feel like I'm done giving my thoughts on quarterbacks from now on, because I feel like whenever I give my thoughts on quarterbacks, things change so fast, so quickly. So I'm just over it. I'm done giving my thoughts on quarterbacks right now in the game until I can see what that throw accuracy stat looks like. Tyler Huff looks okay. Kind of tough to tell anything more about the card. Now again, I'm gonna have to go through things a little bit slower just to make sure I don't miss anybody. Caleb Weaver, free safety, 92 overall, 92 speed, solid acceleration, really good in zone coverage. I'll look up the height for all of these cards as well to hopefully help you guys out as we do go through this thing. But if you play zone coverage, this card looks pretty good. Only 5'11" on the field, could hurt you guys a little bit. But Caleb Weaver looks really solid in college football 25 Ultimate Team. Eric O'Neal up next, right end from James Madison. Only has 82 speed. Yikes. Does come with an 89 acceleration. Decent enough strength tackler. Block shed's low as well. This card stinks. Like, I'll go and cover a lot of cards today. Eric O'Neal is going to be probably, in my opinion, one of the worst cards that I go over and cover. Now, we'll see for sure. That's kind of my prediction. Oliver Straw up next. First of all, he's a punter with way higher kick accuracy than kick power. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. This card stinks. I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about Oliver Strong. Jacob Wahlberg up next. Remember, these are all work in progresses, so they can change. 84 speed. Yikes. For an outside linebacker. Solid power move. Going to get after the quarterback decently well, but 84 speed is kind of crazy. At this stage of the game, honestly, all I can say is yikes. Shea Taylor up next. 84 speed, 86 acceleration, decent zone coverage, but with 84 speed, the card can't play. Again, these are all work in progress, but these cards need a big-time revamp if they want to be used. Mark Stampley II up next, zone cover guy from Georgia Southern. Okay, 92 speed. I can rock with that. 89 zone coverage, or 89 man coverage, 93 zone coverage. Problem with this card is the fact that he's only 5'11". We saw it with the other safety that we saw today. What is up with EA giving us these low overall cards that are super short at that safety position? He's fine, not necessarily horrible. Chris Rogers up next, 84 speed, 87 acceleration. Look, I know you're a pass coverage outside linebacker. I get that. But you have 84 speed, like yikes. What are these cards coming tomorrow? I have absolutely no idea right now. Like, all I can say is yikes. Easton Messer up next. Wide receiver from Western Kentucky. 92 speed, solid catching, solid route runner. I mean, this is a card that looks okay. I mean, as long as he doesn't end up being super expensive, this card looks okay. Is only 5'9" on the field. Like, did they just make tomorrow's drop a bunch of short guys? Like, that's what I'm getting from the drop tomorrow. That is literally the only thing I'm getting. As far as everything else in the drop, whatever. But these cards are tiny. Left end, Akil Washington, 82 speed. Holy cow. I'm going to lose my mind. 82 speed. I know his power move is great. I know he's going to get after the quarterback decently well. But he's got 82 speed at a 92 overall. We need these cards updated in a massive way because otherwise, yikes, man. Like, these cards are the definition of mid right now. And y'all can't just say, like, oh, Ty, you're ungrateful, all this stuff. No. Like, these cards are literally so mediocre. It is sad. It is genuinely sad. Washington is absolutely mediocre. Then we go from that to Jonathan Baldwin, to a 94 overall cornerback with 94 speed, 92 acceleration, 93 agility, 91 man coverage, 89 zone coverage, 90 press. Looks pretty solid all the way around. Now, I do want to see his height. He is is this right? I don't know if this is right. Okay, UNLV 6'1". The first thing I looked up said 6'4". I was gonna say that's crazy. 6'1" as well. So definitely has some decent height. Not necessarily that great, but decent height. 6'1", solid man, solid zone, a solid overall quarterback. Not game breaking, but with that 94 speed, Baldwin definitely is solid on this game. Is definitely a card that you guys could pick up for your specific squad and play for a while. Center Jake Slaughter up next. Pass protector, 94 strength, solid pass blocker. Run blocker is not good. And this is the thing for me is I might pass the ball more than I run the ball, but it's by such a slight margin. And so if you are one that, runs the ball just as much as you pass the ball, Jake Slaughter is not the guy for you because in the run game, he is not good whatsoever. As far as in the pass game, yeah, it's going to be tough to find a center much better than Jake Slaughter. I just wish, the run blocking was slightly better for Jake Slaughter, and I would maybe run the card. Like, I don't mind him as far as a center, but that run blocking is it just leaves a lot to be desired for Jake Slaughter. Another tight end here. Jack Endries up next, I think is how you pronounce it. You guys can look at the card here. It comes with the 91 speed. Solid catching traffic, great route runner. Not a whole lot of flaws on the card. The only thing I can say is if you do like to run the football, his run blocking's not great. However, I think the pros outweigh the cons with this card. As far as a pass catcher, he is going to be one of your better tight ends in the entire game. It's just sad because the tight end position right now is so stacked right now on this game. Next up, we have a left end, William Whitlow Jr. Another slow defensive end on this game. Now, this card does do some things decently well. I know the 84 strength isn't necessarily ideal, isn't necessarily great. 96 tackling, that's insane. Great block shed, great power move. I need a faster left end. He's fine. You can definitely play the card, but he's not like game breaking good. And honestly, I don't even think he's as good as a guy like Aiden Hubbard. You guys can disagree if you want. That's my opinion. Cam Hayward, the LTD. Honestly, like, we're already to the LTDs. I'm not that high on tomorrow's content drop. I'm just not. Cam Hayward, 87 speed, 96 acceleration, 85 strength for a defensive tackle. Seems a little low, right? Like, that's just me. 94 block shed's great. Gonna get after the quarterback incredibly well. I'm just interested to see that strength rating. Like, does that matter a ton or not? Because everything else about Cam Hayward is elite. That strength rating obviously leaves a little bit to be desired. But everything else about Cam Hayward, sign me up for the card. Obviously, gonna probably be insanely overpriced, but I don't mind Cam Hayward. I think I can get to the card absolutely when you look at ultimately what is coming in the game tomorrow in Ultimate Team. Next up, I think what's next is looking at the new Bull Blitz, what is it? Bull Blitz House Rules? Is that where we're at next? Bull Blitz House Rules event. Now, they described it in this video, and it seems interesting. So basically, every single day you can get on the game, grind house rules, and for every game you play, the first game you'll get it seems like a stadium, and for every second win you will get a bull token per day is what they made it sound like. So I feel like if you log on, every single day, you'll get to those 20 bull tokens. But again, we'll see more of exactly what this does look like come tomorrow. But I think if you play 2 games in one single day, you will earn that one bull token. And again, if you collect multiple, you can end up getting that 94 or 95 overall bull blitz pack, which would be absolutely insane. That would be an insane reward. So definitely noteworthy there at that 20 bull tokens. And it's just another house rules event, guys. We've seen this kind of recently. We saw house rules updated recently for something we can grind right now. Obviously, bull blitz is going to be another thing that you guys can go and grind. If you're not one to play champs a ton, if you're not one to play gauntlet a ton, this is something else to grind. And again, I don't know how tough it's going to be, or if it's going to be worth it, but it is another grind that we do ultimately have in the game that is decently exciting for some pretty high overalls. And that's another thing to think about. Like, you're seeing some high overalls within that. Now, let's look at what Season 4 is going to ultimately be like in a college football ultimate team. Now, they said something about just logging in every single day, and you'll get rewarded for that, as well as, multiple other things. We're going to see some of these base 90 overall cards that will break through first. Now, these 90 overalls, remember, the trophy system is back. Trophy system that we saw last season is going to be here next season. Trophies don't carry over. They're going to restart. But let's start with Jacob Bayer. 90 strength, solid pass blocker, decent run blocker, just an overall solid center in the game. Not a whole ton bad I can say about him. Is he, great? He's fine. He's definitely a card that can play at a pretty high level for a 90 overall. Jalen Schuler, I think we saw Jalen Schuler earlier this year, not this season. 87 speed, solid acceleration, good block shed. Can't really get after the quarterback whatsoever, so I kind of want to see what that zone coverage does look like. If the zone coverage is good, he's at least going to be great at dropping into coverage. Jake Wiley, it says he's power. I don't know. He's fine. High strength. The finesse blocking is terrible, though, for the card. He's fine. Definitely a card you can pick up, probably have some success with. He just doesn't blow me away. Malik Murphy, mediocre. Again, a lot of these guys are going to be okay. I'm not going to sit there and hate on all of them, but he just doesn't do anything that's just like, wow to me. Like, going to throw the ball, okay, whatever. But give me some other guys that might be a little bit better. Jack Barton, 92 overall, Season 4 reward, 87 speed, 90 acceleration. Why is this Jack Barton card better than all of the defensive ends we're getting tomorrow in packs? Like, you'd think EA would want to make packs so they're sellable, or so that they sell, in bulk. But Jack Barton is better than all of the ends that we're getting tomorrow. 87 speed, 90 acceleration, good block shed, gonna get after the quarterback as well. Sign me up for Jack Barton. I definitely do like what this card does provide for you guys on the field. I think he does some things at a really high level. Kane Roberts, receiving back, but I like him as far as just an overall running back. 92 speed, 91 acceleration, good agility, good carrying, great catch, good change of direction. I do want to see, what does that, spin move, juke move look like. But Kane Roberts looks solid as well for a Season 4 card. Stephen McBride up next, 92 speed and 89 jump, solid catching traffic. I do want to see his height because that, the deep route running looks really solid as well. This card is 6'1", so definitely solid height as well. Overall, solid wide receiver. No complaints for me about Stephen McBride whatsoever. This is definitely a card that can play and compete at a pretty high level. So a lot of these Season 4 cards I like. Remember, a lot of these cards you might be able to get and then upgrade heading into Season 5. Now, I know that's a long ways away, but it is worth your time to start maybe thinking about it. Adam Watkins up next. Power rusher from Kennesaw State, 89 speed, 88 acceleration, good block shed, good power move, gonna get after the quarterback. Another card I like, and it's crazy that I'm liking basically all of these Season 4 cards, but I think they're all good. Like, these are cards that, compared to the Stories of the Week drop that is coming tomorrow, I like these cards. And again, I'm not trying to sit here and hype them up too much, but these cards are all really solid, guys, that you could add to your specific ultimate team that could help you guys up. Tobias Fletcher, another card here. This is a Season 4 card. So I do believe this card is going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe this this card is going to be in packs all season long. Is that what we're seeing as far as this Season 4 card with Tobias Fletcher? I want to go and see if there's another 94 overall, because I think that's where we're at. However, I just want to make sure that is exactly where we are at with these Season 4 cards in the game before, I move forward. But Tobias Fletcher, let's briefly just go over the card first. 94 speed, 94 acceleration, great tackler, way better in zone coverage than in man coverage. If you run a lot of man coverage, Tobias Fletcher is just not going to be great for you, because of its man coverage being pretty low. It's not going to be great. Only 5'10" on the field as well. And not necessarily a perfect card. Although I do think Tobias Fletcher is a really solid card that you can pick up and have a lot of success with, especially if you play zone coverage. Do I wish his height was a little bit better? Absolutely. I mean, anybody would obviously hope for that. However, I think Tobias Fletcher does a lot of things at a really, really high level on the field for you guys. Again, season 4 card. It's hard for me to sit up here and hate on Tobias Fletcher. It really, really, really is. Card can obviously do a lot of things for you guys on the field. I'm wondering where this card is available at the time I'm recording this. I'm not exactly sure if he's just a pack insert or what he is. Dylan Sampson heading into season 4 is going to be your level 50 reward. So if you grind towards level 50, basically this season you got Travis Hunter's 93 overall. You do it next season, you're getting Dylan Sampson. 95 overall, 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 94 carrying, 94 change of direction, 91 break tackle. Not a trucking back whatsoever. 70 trucking is kind of crazy. But again, I want to see what that spin move, juke move do look like. I want to see what type of animations the card comes with. But Dylan Sampson does look like he is going to be an absolute beast of a running back in college football at 25 Ultimate Team. People are going to ask me, Ty, is grinding level 50 worth it next season? I'll show you everything, the breakdown, when it obviously is released. But my initial thoughts is yes. Joshua Gray up next, just the season for insert in packs, 95 strength, solid pass blocker, solid run blocker, nothing really negative that I can say about Josh Gray. Just going to be a solid guy that you guys can plug into your specific squad and play for a long time. You know, good pass blocker, decent enough run blocker. That 95 strength is crazy. Joshua Gray is an absolute stud on this game. Now again, I do expect his price to start high, but over the course of time, over the course of this season, he will ultimately go down in price as time does go on. So, you know, that's what's to know about Joshua Gray. Patrick Payton, another season for insert here. 91 speed, 96 acceleration, 90 strength, solid enough block shed, decent power move, but great finesse moves. That's the one thing that really stands out for me when I'm looking at Patrick Payton here, is the fact that he's got a 96 acceleration and 95 finesse move. One other thing I would say is a lot of these cards come with specific abilities. So I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I think Patrick Payton does come with that silver quick jump. I think that was mentioned. But a lot of these newer, you know, ends or newer defensive linemen will have, whether it's quick jump or, you know, some good attributes or some good abilities as well with the card. So definitely something to look at for you guys. This card is an absolute beast at that left end position. Now, is he worth going broke for? No. I mean, Patrick Payton's good. Definitely not worth going broke for in this game, although he might be your best defensive tackle in the game. Keyword, might. I'm not saying he's for sure going to be your best defensive lineman in the entire game, but Patrick Payton does look like a really solid card, especially at the start of a season 4. If you can pick him up, he could probably play for a very, very, very long time. The next cards I'm going to be going over talking about are going to be in the Tower of Valor challenges. So these cards, I know you guys are probably like, Ty, an 89 overall. These cards are in challenges, so it's a little difficult to know exactly what this means. But again, we'll see more and more about this tomorrow. Brian Addison up first, 90 speed, 92 acceleration. I think this card is 6'5", as well as a free safety position. Sure, he's not necessarily the best card in the game. I get that. But the card's fine. For an 89 overall free safety that you get, I think, I got to remember the exact stars, but he's the beginner level star, so you don't need a ton of stars to end up getting this card, and he's not bad. He is definitely a card that you guys can add to your squad and can play right away. I think he's 30 stars. At 35 stars, I think you get Xavier Hill, solid strength, solid pass blocker, solid run blocker. Now again, it was mentioned in this video that these challenges are going to be challenging. These are not going to be super easy challenges. These challenges are going to be difficult to complete. So don't expect to load up the game tomorrow and just have a cakewalk of challenges. That is not what the case is going to be. These challenges are going to be tough. Xavier looks solid though. Looks like a guy that if you can add him to your squad, he can obviously help your squad out in a pretty big time way. Next up, I think this is 40 stars, where you will see Taylor Thompson here, 89 speed, solid catching, decent route runner. He's fine, but there's nothing that, again, blows me away with the card. If you want to pick this card up, do what you guys got to do. But I'm just looking at a card that's okay in college football ultimate team. Nothing that really stands out about this card. Nothing that really blows me away. He is a fine tight end to add into a college football ultimate team. Again, nothing special. but the card is fine. Tyrene Powell up next. I want to say this card's 6'5". I think when I was watching earlier today, that's what they said, that the card was 6'5". Starting with that, really solid at that middle linebacker position. 89 speed, 92 acceleration, 80 strength, good tackler, solid enough block shed, decent in zone coverage. Want to see what that change of direction looks like. Obviously at 6'5", I'm going to be like, well, the card has a lot of potential, but we need to see a little bit more. What does that change of direction look like? Because without that, it's tough for me to be super high on Tyrene Powell. The card's not horrible, though. Is a solid enough card to, you know, maybe pick up for your squad. Now, if you complete all of the tower challenges, you end up getting Tejada. Now, Ridge Tejada, I think he's only 5'8". That is definitely concerning, but is, you know, a solid overall corner. You guys can see his stats. Does come with solid speed, acceleration, decent man coverage, solid and press. Just a solid overall thing. You guys can see what you guys get at each and every tier as you do go up the ranks. You get better and better players. You grind these challenges out. You get good rewards. And not only that, you unlock a future reward system. So if you complete this, I forget the name of what the new thing is called, but you unlock another grind in which you can get Kelly for absolutely free. You can get this card, wide receiver, 94 overall and 94 speed for absolutely free. Again, 94 speed, 94 deep route running, just a solid overall wide receiver. Now, to get this card in challenges, you've got to complete the Tower of Power challenges or whatever, or Tower of Valor challenges, that's what it's called. Got to complete those challenges. Then you unlock new challenges. You can go grind for Kelly, who is a really solid wide receiver. Like, I know people might be like, well, Ty, he's not even better than Travis Hunter. And I think it's close. You know, is he better than Travis Hunter? I think you could go back and forth on that. But it's hard to compare. Like, this card is a really solid card for absolutely free. So, again, I don't necessarily like comparing cards because Travis Hunter obviously is really good. It gets pretty tough. But, again, that's where we're at. Then you see the Gauntlet reward. This is what I am super excited about. Gauntlet reward for Season 4, Mansoor Delane. This card is going to be the best cornerback in the game, and I don't even think it's going to be particularly close. The card's got 96 speed, 97 acceleration with 95 man coverage. I'm sorry for everybody that locked in Woodson. Like, genuinely, I'm sorry. This card is also 6'1", so he's not undersized either. I mean, how do you get better than this card? You tell me. I don't know if you can. Like, this card to me looks like an absolute stud. It looks like he is 110% worth grinding for week 1 in Gauntlet. Like, that's my main goal. Loading up Gauntlet in week 1 of Season 4 and getting this card, because he should sell. I don't know exactly what he's going to sell for, but this card should sell for, like, I don't know, 1.5 million coins maybe. Like, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see, but I definitely do think this card is really good in college football Ultimate Team. So what do we know is coming? Well, I talked about everything. This is kind of the level system. You guys can see at level 50, you do get Dylan Sampson, who is going to be a solid card to add to your specific squad. But ultimately, guys, we've got a ton to grind. Bunch of, you get a 93 overall B&D fantasy pack there at like level 46. So much here to look at. Now, again, this should be your main grind heading into next season. Things, you know, change quite often, but if you grind this out, you're going to add so many great players to your specific squad. So that is definitely something that I personally would recommend you guys going through to do. So what do we know is coming? Well, we know new stories of the week players are coming tomorrow. We know there's a new house rules event loading into the game tomorrow as well. And then you see new solo challenges here in the Tower of Valor, in which you can get Kelly for absolutely free. Along the way, getting some other solid free cards as well. The new Gauntlet rewards, fantastic. And let's go back to the content schedule where it all begins, guys. Because this content schedule looks absolutely immaculate. And again, I don't want to sit here and hype it up too much. But this content schedule looks crazy, guys. You know, we see Season 4. We see Stories of the Week. I don't know if that's coming tomorrow. College Football Playoffs. Christmas Rush. Names of the Game. Bold Legends. All of these things coming tomorrow. If you're not hype about the game, I don't know what's going to get you hype, because we've got so much to look at coming tomorrow. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm excited about. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.